Could a 2006 cold case victim have solved her own murder? Fox 6's Suzanne Spencer with why Milwaukee police think the details left behind revealed this killer was someone she knew.
A memory is like a match. Strike it, and it lights up the past.
She was a lady of all trades.
Elizabeth Bryant Davis still glows in her daughter's mind.
And I can actually come and see her face the day I meet her again.
More than 14 years later, on a cold January day.
Goodbye, Gracie. Don't know who Gracie is, but she's taking care of you.
She finds her mother at her final resting place. Though in life, her daughter knows her mother never truly rested.
I know she didn't go out without a fight.
The 50-year-old was a trained boxer and a frontline nurse. Her unfinished life makes her unmarked grave even more incomplete.
I lost two people that was important to me, and I can't see losing nobody else.
Just 4 months before Bryant Davis was killed, her son murdered.
21-year-old Rob Davis is dead, apparently because two women were fighting over him.
I didn't never get a chance to talk to him. When I got down there, which was like 2 or 3 minutes, he was dead already.
Every week or every day, and it's another young black man losing his life, leaving his kids behind.
That killer later convicted, leaving Bryant Davis's unsolved murder tucked away but never forgotten.
It's bad enough to lose one family member to homicide, but to lose two in such a short time had to be devastating.
Elizabeth Bryant Davis's case file reopens August of 2006 for cold case detective Jeremiah Jacks, who responded to the scene and packaged up this same evidence.
This was one of my first homicides.
911, operator 59, where's your emergency?
Yes, can I have an ambulance to 62?
Let me get him on the line. Don't hang up.
Okay, what's wrong there, ma'am? Someone had passed out in the basement.
At Lincoln Creek and Armitage, blood led police to the basement.
It was a shock. They wasn't expecting to find her like this.
While the screen door was locked, the main door was open. Her cigarette burning in her bedroom, her dog running loose.
It wasn't someone that was unknown to her. It was likely someone she was familiar with and likely someone that she allowed into her home.
The picture's too disturbing to show her body badly beaten.
It had appeared that the actors or actor had attempted to use arson as a way to cover up their crime, but it failed.
Matches were no match for her instinct to have the upper hand.
She died as a result of homicidal violence, so it was likely the result of a fight, something that occurred that was extremely violent that caused her to die. The fact that she was into boxing meant that she probably put up quite a fight. Right, so this is a hair that actually was found in the victim's hand.
Bryant Davis rattled her opponent, even in death.
There was DNA that was located at the scene. That DNA is from a male, actually more than one male. We do know who some of the DNA that was recovered belongs to, but there is still DNA from the scene that we have yet to identify a match.
Using evidence from her computer, police say her fiance's story checked out.
We were able to verify through his employer and through his co-workers that he was not involved in this.
Giving him an alibi, but not someone else. And detectives also determined her son's death was not related to his mother's.
With her fighting back, she was able to capture someone's DNA for us, and we believe whoever that is, when we identify him, that's our killer.
A killer as silent as the grave.
She looking over her son, and she's at home.
And a daughter who still has a fight left within her.
I just want justice.
With photojournalist Eric Litzon, Suzanne Spencer, Fox 6 News.